Belmar here for the new NWA Official Wrestling Magazine, online exclusively at NationalWrestlingAlliance.com. Read about all the stars of the National Wrestling Alliance now at NationalWrestlingAlliance.com. Scroll to the top and click Magazine.
Wrestling returns to Greater Dallas Saturday, May 18th as the NWA presents the prestigious Crockett Cup Tag Team Tournament. Jaw-dropping moments, high-flying action, and historic tag team excellence. Prepare to witness the epitome of world-class wrestling. Visit NWALiveEvents.com for tickets today.
See, every time Aaron Stevens is involved in anything in this company, it's always some kind of stipulation, some kind of something you got to go through in order to face Aaron Stevens.
If you show up and are stupid enough to relinquish those tag team titles, those United States tag team titles,
we're not giving these up until we see you in the ring.
you have to ask yourselves, is it worth it?
When we are standing across from you,
Is it worth trying to beat the most dominant tag team in professional wrestling today?
then and only then we will give these up. Let's have a little fun, bro, since you don't even know who you are anymore. Now you're a manager. Now you're some grime hip-hop artist.
We got Carnage looking bad, we got Damage looking mean, and the manager, a legend, standing right in between.
Let's have a little fun so you can understand.
So Immortals, get ready, because you're gonna get a fight, and BFT is gonna run you over that night.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I got 5 fingers and this middle one's for you.
So the two of you can run, hide, call your daddy, call your mama, because you may have the opportunity, but you do not have the skill to beat Blunt Force Trauma.
Well, hello, and welcome to This is the NWA. It's the show celebrating the past, present, future, history, legacy, and tradition of the greatest pro wrestling entity of all time. We're talking about the National Wrestling Alliance. That's what we're here for. Same people are here as normal, but also a special, lovely guest, Paul E. Pratt, editor of NWA Official Wrestling Magazine.
None of us are normal, Gary. None of us are normal.
No. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I appreciate being invited on to join you in conversation about the National Wrestling Alliance.
And an NWA magazine. We have a new issue on the website as well that you are responsible for. And it's promoting, of course, the Crockett Cup Tag Team Tournament, which is coming up just around the corner. You got the 18th of next month. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. May 18th, Dallas. Get your tickets at NWALiveEvents.com. And if you're partial and able to come to the TV tapings this weekend, then you kind of got a one-up. You might know a little bit about the tag teams that'll be in that tournament. But if you don't, tune in to CW. Make sure you're following all of our programming. You're going to find out what the Crockett Cup's all about.
And
Thanks to everybody who was in Tampa. That was a lot of fun. And I'm sorry, Paul, I stepped on you there. Go ahead.
It's quite all right. If you're not super familiar with the Crockett Cup, first of all, what is wrong with you? And second of all, right after this broadcast is an ideal time to go to nationalwrestlingalliance.com. Scroll to the top, as somebody said earlier in this podcast. Click on magazine and check it out. It's going to be the first one. It's going to jump up for you. It is the May 2024 issue. We got a 2-page spotlight on the Crockett Cup, as well as a focus on all the past winners. And there's a great cover article, as we saw flash up on the screen, about Blunt Force Trauma having the opportunity to create history this year.
There it is. Press that cover again. I also have some other pages. Actually, what we'll probably do is, if you stick around, we'll just go through the magazine real quickly on the website and show you exactly how to get it and download it for yourself, so you have access to that. Dealz, also has a very special deal for it. Why'd you say sorry?
Funky was shooting at somebody.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I was just telling them about
that dude offering. Put it up. Yeah, 20%.
20% off.
Got these.
It's not until 4/1. That's in the past. I forgot to change the date. When's it through, Dealz?
The 22nd.
5/1 now.
The 22nd.
The 22nd.
22nd.
You get one of these before they're gone. All the ones I brought to Florida did not return.
Found a new thing.
Jesus, Joe.
Oh.
He's always doing
There it
something.
is, 422.
You know, Joe is always able to figure out the craziness and zaniness of making things happen when we don't know.
Signs until it comes up.
But the reason I bring this up,
these.
That's fantastic. I like that. I see in the chat, though, I want to address this. Some people have issues with the CW app. And I know that sometimes on Tuesdays, I do as well not see the new episodes in NWA. You got to scroll down a little bit on the app there, and you're going to see it as a new release. Sometimes it pops up first on there. Otherwise, it'll show up later in the day. And also, Joe gives me grief about this all the time. I'm stupid. Sometimes I got to close it out, open it back up, and make sure I click on the right season. Because there's times where I'll be like, hey.
Sometimes on my Roku TV, it comes there first. Sometimes it's on their actual like URL if you're watching it on like a laptop. It's kind of hit and miss, you know. So it's like not as precise. But, you know, in the morning, sometime in the morning, it'll pop up. Gary, it's your show. I want to ask for permission. Can I have a point of privilege, as they like to say in city council meetings, where I get to talk about something I'm very happy about, I'm very proud about?
Aren't you my boss or something?
It's your show that we intercepted. Well,
I appreciate that. Yes, absolutely, Joe. Point of privilege granted. Is that what they say?
Yes, thank you. I'm reclaiming my time. The councilman from San Antonio. So I talked about the baby registry for little Ivy Galli coming in August, ladies and gentlemen. Very excited about that. And I want to say thank you to all of the wonderful fans. As soon as I talked about it here on the podcast, a bunch of people went and bought a bunch of stuff. And so I just want to take a minute and just do some shout outs here. And the first and foremost one is the biggest one. And it came through just a few moments ago. And this might have some issues with stepping on a gimmick, but I don't care. I'm going to say it because this was a very expensive purchase and I did not expect it. But Magic Jake Dumas apparently pulls a lot of money out of his hat. He made a very expensive purchase on there. So Magic Jake, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That was more than generous. It's more generous than any of my family had made up until that point when you made it. So, but Kyle, 1 second. Let me just go through a couple of names here. Kelly Flores, thank you. Heather, who we've seen in the back, good old Heather, always hanging out with Sherry and Polka Dot Pam. Thank you. Let's go through this list here. Christopher Houston, thank you as well. Diana, y'all remember Diana from formerly as part of our web team, still in the NWA fam, still making purchases. My buddy Brian Murray, Fee, all the way across the pond, making purchases for little Ivy in the future. My buddy Brian Cossack as well, who I grew up with, also on that list. Not sure if he was watching the podcast, but either way, that's it there. So thank you to everyone. And if you want to make some purchases, most of the big ticket stuff's out of the way. So there's a few like real cheapy things on there. If you just want to get them, help us out. It's in it's pinned on all my social media that's there. So I really do appreciate the NWA fam welcoming another member of the fam very shortly and helping them. So I now relinquish my time. Thank you, Gary.
I'm glad you said it's on all your social media because I'm not going to lie to you. Sam and I keep on talking about, we got to get the Gallis their things. We got to get the Galli. And then
I want to put it in the way.
I didn't know about it. I feel like a bad friend.
Copy a URL.
No, don't feel bad. We've been so preoccupied with work that seriously, most of our real life stuff gets thrown to the side. And unfortunately, that's just the way the world works when you're trying to make entertainment for all these people.
Hi, Andrea.
Thank you, everybody, for taking care of Joe. Magic Jake Dumas, of course. What I was going to say is every time the Saw, someone in half act fails miserably, he always makes sure he takes their wallet. So he's got a little extra spending cash right there.
That's weird. Anyway, that's great. Thank you for that, Joe. And if there's still time, the baby's not here yet.
Not here yet. There's some ridiculous. I put some ridiculous things on the registry just to see if people would buy them. So
I'm on it.
If you have a wedding registry or a baby registry or anything like that, find something that you kind of want that's stupid, ridiculous, and kind of pricey, and maybe somebody will just buy it for you. So I'm still waiting on some of the ridiculous stuff. If you want to figure out what that is, you got to go on the registry first and find it out. The links to that is pinned to the top of all my social media.
Or we go to it on this show tonight.
Good.
Ooh.
Let's see, but I don't see it on your link tree. So I was looking. I like to.
Yeah, I don't see it on your link tree.
It's not in your link tree.
It's not even what?
It's not on your link tree. It's not on your Instagram account either.
It's pinned. It's the top pin though.
Oh, pin.
Yeah.
Top pin on
I
Meta.
see what you're
I guess
doing.
it's across Meta, and also.
Welcome to the show, Paul.
Instagram. I don't have anything on you.
You know how this goes.
So I gotta go to
Thank you
Twitter.
for having me. I can't wait to get pregnant so I can put a registry up, and I'm going to put all ridiculous things.
We're going to try hard. We're going to try really hard, Paul.
I'm going to put all the most ridiculous things.
No, I think he said we were going to try really hard to get you pregnant. I think that's what he was talking about.
I've heard
We won't take no for it. Well, wait, that's wrong.
My number one thing going on my registry is if anybody would like to purchase me a womb, we'll start with that, and then we'll just go from there.
Oh, do you need more than one of these?
The thing is,
one room,
and
then if you have to return one, you do. So, like, I don't know. There's a whole system behind this of like how you're supposed to put stuff on there. A lot of it is redundant, and then you end up having to like.
I have diapers on my registry too.
But
seems like the perfect time for Dealz to introduce some NWA baby.
I know what I'm getting you.
Fun stuff. Let's see here. There's some stuff there. For instance, we got like 2 humidifiers because we did it, but then we'll just return the humidifier and come back. Rocking chair is important.
I see the dumb things now.
There's some dumb stuff on there.
Awkward if like one of us buys the breast pumps.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking about that.
You know exactly where they're going to go. My wife's tits. So there you are.
Almost sorry I said it. Almost sorry I said it.
Robot cat litter box. I'd appreciate.
Joe, what's more important to you, having a baby be able to bounce in a gimmick or being able to look at your baby?
Always buy the people the baby monitor.
I think the bouncy thing would probably sound good.
The baby monitor gimmick that they can watch from anywhere on their phone is
that's pretty nice.
Actually, you know what? I'm with Joe all the time when he's not home, so I should probably get that so I could be like, "You watching your kid?" Yeah, fucking welcome.
If you buy that for me, I will give you the access code so you too can watch my child.
I don't. I look at my dog every now and then when I'm not here. So I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, I do the same with my backyard and stuff with the dogs back there.
All right, let's get back on track here. We have a show with plenty of things.
A new magazine available at nationalwrestlingalliance.com.
That's right.
We do. I appreciate everybody who jumped in the chat to say that they enjoy not only the magazine but the updates to the website. There's a lot of fun stuff now available on the website. We keep it very current with fresh new features
now.
But the magazine, of course, is my passion project. It's something that I love so much. Look at the colorful. I will say that Missa Kate photo that we just saw scroll past, my personal favorite, probably one of my 2 favorite pages from this particular publication. The other being Aaron Stevens staring longingly into his reflection in the Crockett Cup.
Yeah. Lots of good stuff. As you can see here, let's go to the website right at the top.
Down, Gary,
there's
if you
the magazine.
Scroll down, you'll see the picture I'm talking about of Aaron Stevens. There it is. Aaron Stevens, after blunt force trauma, lost to Knox and Murdoch at the 2023 Crockett Cup, staring at himself in it like, how did that even happen to me?
I like that. I like that you go back into history always in these magazines. Like you talk about stuff from the past. We don't shy away from the legacy of the Crockett Cup here. You got the Road Warriors right there on that page with Knox and Murdoch. That's cool.
Yep, that's the first and the most recent winners. So also inside, you talk about the history. We've got this month in NWA history. There's a couple of great features there about April and May, because this covers both months. We've got one. That's the baby blue page that's down below Alonzo and LaRosa right there. LaRosa looking very cheeky in this episode, or the issue rather.
I see what you did there.
We got Stephen Carino. And right below it, so appropriate for where we're going to Forney, Texas. Scroll down a little bit more. Look at that.
Oh, sorry.
Kerry Von Erich. This month in NWA history.
Look at what Paul does. All that thought that goes into this. That's cool.
He won and lost the National Wrestling Alliance World Championship in May of 1984.
Sure did. 3 weeks.
Wow.
18 days.
Remember there was that one magazine that was a compilation of others. It was like Pro Wrestling USA or whatever.
Mhm.
And it was on the cover, and I was pissed because he had the title. And I'm like, oh, God. But then I read it and said 3 weeks on top of the world. I'm like, oh, cool. Oh, he lost it back. Sweet. Because I was
look at Doc.
I was not a fan of Von Erichs. I love Gino Hernandez.
Doc Stinson.
And
thank you so much.
I didn't want him to have it.
Question. Anybody in the chat who has a baby, I need to know this. Do you ever use a foot monitor for your child? Is this
Those are very important because
I know. I want to know. I want to make sure Ivy's breathing when we're gone. But still,
yeah, it's one of those like
That's what the video thing is for.
no, you might not be able to see the chest. This will give a whole thing. Joe, are you going to remember to put this sock on Ivy like all the
it's
time?
like on there permanently. It's weird. Like I don't know.
It's not on them permanently. You can take it off a child.
It's as though they're on house arrest and they have that ankle monitor on, and at any point, if something happens, the sheriff's department gets alerted. And so
Buddy, you promised me that thing's going to be on that child's foot all the time?
I do. Because I'm not going to be the one in charge of that. Shelby is.
You think Shelby's going to do it?
100. She's obsessed with it, actually. We've had long discussions.
Oh, so I am going to make your wife happy.
She is as excited about that ankle monitor as you are of the new Ghost Rider figurine coming.
Oh my God, Marvel Legends new figures coming out for the 85th anniversary of Marvel, ladies and gentlemen. Go to Hasbro Pulse. The subscription's worth it. It's like $59 a year, and you get free shipping and everything else. First, anyway, moving on. The CW
let's
app.
talk about merch that belongs to us, where I tried to go like, I don't know, half an hour ago, it feels like. Spring deals, 20% off on through April 22nd. So jump on that. That's nationalwrestlingalliance.com/shop. All kinds of new stuff in there. We've talked about the Tiffany Nieves poster, autographed right there. I guess she only signs her last name. I guess she kind of made a T out of that.
You're welcome.
I like that. You drew that?
I'm an amazing artist.
There's a new tank top.
Yeah, there is. And I love that hoodie. Look at that. Kinsey Page.
Hey, that's a new hoodie.
Yep.
The champ.
What's it
Where'd
about
you
that
take
tank
that
top?
photo, Dealz?
The tank top, huh?
Where'd you take that photo, Dealz?
In the pre-tape room.
Oh, yeah, I know. I was there.
And see the new tank that showed up today. It got like jammed up in the mail, so I didn't have it for Florida, unfortunately. But I have them now.
Okay.
Nice.
Carson was bragging about this shirt this past weekend.
Internet exclusive, yeah.
That is a good shirt. I like it.
He was really talking about he wanted to be able to do eventually like a $5 bill and then a $10 bill.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, let's. I would have started at like 1,000 before I went with the $1
said,
bill.
let's get rid of this one first. But let's print a few of these first. But yeah, no, he's that's actually sold a lot. He's got some fans in California.
I hope it gets picked up.
I told him the name, and he goes, "Yeah, that's not a family member. I don't know who that is."
I hope it gets picked up because every time he drops cash in the ring, nobody ever goes to pick it up. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. He tries to bribe.
Maybe they assume it's not real.
And of course it's real. Look at that guy. Look where he is.
There he is.
Multi-million-dollar back.
I mean, call me crazy, but he looks like Joe's illegitimate brother with better hair.
He might be young enough to be my illegitimate son.
He is pretty young.
Not an Austin Idol situation.
Yeah. These that Tiffany shirt's almost gone. That thing has been rocking. I'm gonna have to. What I might do is turn. Once we run out of it, it might become an online exclusive. We'll make another one because that's what happens when people know a lot of stuff. So Pretty Empowered has multiple shirts. We got another thing coming. 7-6 has another shirt coming because that one that's on there that actually might be gone. I have to check the numbers, but I think it might be gone. I
saw somebody rocking this weekend, and I'm like, I got to get me this.
Soda Pop.
Yeah, it looks pretty sick, and it looks professional. I was like, maybe I should start looking more professional, and I could at least wear that or something. And also the joggers. I assume there's still a few of those. Hopefully,
a couple. There's a few sizes that are out, but there are a few left. I'm going to make the tracksuit's almost gone too. Lunchbox. I don't know if Max came over and growled at me, so I'm pretty sure that they wanted one. So I got to make sure that one finds its way in.
They
Look
win
at
all
Tom
kinds of
Ladner.
stuff. You know, they take stuff during matches.
Yeah.
Sometimes Max, you know.
Oh my God!
Here, you put it.
That reminds me, I gotta buy a new black pocket square. Thank you.
Yeah, they took that.
They did take that.
I like Tom Latimer's new shirt.
Yeah,
I like that it's
that's
pink.
It's
Yeah.
You got to know what you're looking at, though.
Is that online only?
Yes.
That one is going to give you a headache trying to figure it out.
All right.
Yeah.
Dealz, tell me how to use my discount on that so I could order one.
It's the
Well,
promo
don't do it
code.
right
It's
now.
the
It's the
promo
code. You put it in where it's
order and then use the promo code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duh.
Look at that.
No,
Spring
you use
deals.
here,
Deals.
Kyle. I'll text you your promo code.
Thank you so much. By the way, guys, did you know that the what I just lost the damn thing. Oh God. Oh, it's over with. The Super J Cup took place 30 years ago today in Japan.
Oh, our boy Mecha Wolf's in the chat. We miss you, buddy.
What's up, Mecca?
Hey, champ.
Hey, I wore your shirt to the gym. People looked at me weird because they thought it was like a demon.
He
We
just
saw
won
Mecha
a
Wolf just became a
championship.
champ over in AAA. That was awesome.
Actually, no. The best shirt for that, Kyle, was we made a shirt for Sam Shaw in my TNA days. It said "creepy bastard," and that's all it said.
Oh, that's great.
I wore it one time when I was driving the truck because he's my buddy.
Yeah.
I walked in a gas station, people kept looking at me crazy, and then I realized I was wearing a shirt because that's all it said, "creepy bastard."
Yeah, I have a similar piece of wrestling merch that I won't say what it says on the front of it, but
Bussy.
no, not it's not bussy. Not bussy. Even though I was with them this past weekend, but
Look at your text message.
something different. It was something pre-bussy, and I was wearing it when I was in Tampa a few years ago, and I kept noticing that everywhere I went, all the people were staring at me. I was like, "What is?" And then I saw a reflection of myself, and I was like, "This damn shirt."
Tell me what it was.
It was a shirt that said "Everybody likes butt stuff,"
Yeah, baby.
and from my friends at Hood Slam.
True. It's true.
I actually don't. I just like to touch it.
Well, I mean, that's butt stuff in some fashion or form.
I saw a thing in the chat earlier. They asked if we recognized former champs like Kyle's uncle Adam Pierce or people during the TNA days, and of course we do because it's still the NWA lineage. Doesn't matter.
It is our lineage, absolutely.
How about, I mean, we recognized Cody Rhodes last week.
Jeff Jarrett.
on,
Cody
social
Rhodes
media.
recognized us.
Ron Killings, AJ Styles, whoever had it, yes, because it's still the same belt.
Yep. The other night I was doing a live stream and I quizzed people on how many former NWA world champions are actively working with WWE now and appearing regularly on their programs.
Well, both their GMs.
Exactly correct. So that's 2.
AJ.
Yep.
Yep.
Ron
AJ
Killings.
and Cody, and then
Ron
Ron Killings. Yeah. So
Cody.
that's 5, right?
People
And then
always
there's
forget
one
Ron
that's,
Killings.
and then there's one that's behind the scenes.
Let me think.
Who's behind the scenes?
Briscoe's
I
gone.
feel like I
It
should
wasn't
know
him,
this.
his brother, anyway.
It was his brother.
Let me think. Who's back there now? I don't even remember. They ain't Sugar Shane. Although that'd been awesome. I'm the champion.
Oh, this is
motherfucker.
fun. Who's back there?
It's one of our very few people who've worn a mask as world champion.
Mil Mascaris is back there.
Blue
David
Demon.
Jr. works at WWE.
Nope, it's Abyss.
It's a bit.
Oh.
There's a
Hey,
mask because it doesn't cover the full face, you
It's
know?
still considered a mask.
It is,
a
but I don't think
Obviously
it
it
is.
is.
The way Mankind had a mask, right? I mean, it's not like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what about Carino? Is it Carino over
he
there?
knows a
Colby
trainer.
Smith?
That is correct.
Carino once wore a mask too.
Yep.
I'm sorry, he was never Mr. Wrestling 3.
Yeah, never. That's actually the only show I ever did with him was he was Mr.
You
Wrestling.
got good job, Doc Stinson and Jason Wilt.
Yep, they got it in the chat there.
Well,
so I
I'm
was just pointing that
as
out.
you well know, I'm like very, very.
Yes, he was.
And-
Patrick.
And
Yes,
Dan
he was,
Engler,
Patrick.
who's a referee, refereed many NWA world title matches.
Abyss won. Remember that the lineage for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship
Yeah, you got it from
goes
Christian.
from the
right?
traditional 80s through the indies, the Corluzo 80, late 80s, 90s, whatever, into tying into TNA, and then comes back out of TNA,
Yeah.
and then into the Lightning One era.
Yeah, well, I mean, even Bill Behrens and Burt Prentice had influence over that at one point.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our own Billy Behrens, who had one of the only indies that was worth anything. NWA Wildside.
And he's still
I
backstage in
loved
NWA right now.
I loved watching that product.
Kind of an unofficial WCW developmental sort.
I always read about it. I wanted to see it. I'm jealous.
We'll also do this. Doc, I sent her a text earlier, Doc, and he's bringing this up. And I called her Doc because now I have Doc. Two Docs.
Hey,
Kara
Doc,
Zuckerman
wait a minute.
did get her PhD. Love Kara.
I saw her PhD on the screen was about like motels and trafficking. And I had a moment where I said, has she just been traveling with us so she could stay in motels to do research?
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Conspiracy.
Why would EC3 defend his title in Impact? Why not? Come on.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Deal's not a fan of that.
Was somebody, is that a
No,
question?
it wouldn't happen. So why are we even talking about it?
Wait, was that a
You
question
just said
somebody
it.
asked?
I mean, you
He'll
never
defend
know.
it
But
anywhere he wants.
he could.
I think that it would be phenomenal if EC3 went and defended the NWA World Title at other promotions like that. I think that that's something that we've certainly seen the possibility of that with cross promotions. You know, with other, we're building towards that. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long
I mean,
as they
it's-
recognize him as a world champion, that's the only thing that we should be really concerned
He
about.
has been touting the NWA World Title World Tour right now. He was just in the UK last week, right before coming into Tampa to be a part of NWA Power tapings.
He's on a plane going somewhere right now. I was talking to him earlier today.
Yeah, so he's
That's
keeping it
right
alive,
there, Jones.
traveling, working.
Stinger had it in TNA too. You're right.
Who did?
Did Sting had it in TNA real quick
Yes, he
too?
did.
Got it off Jarrett. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Kurt was the last, and then they did the split.
Well, he never
yeah,
had
so
it technically. They
never
split
had it.
right
He became
before
the
that
first-
match.
He became
Yeah.
the first Impact Wrestling.
TNA, well, not Impact. I was there, drunk as hell.
So, yeah.
But
There
yeah,
was a
he,
whole series of people who won the
technically he won it off Christian Cage, who was the NWA champion, but like right before that, that was like a
They
non-sanctioned
did a
match.
King of the Mountain for
to
the
get-
TNA title.
I have a picture with me and Christian Cage with the NWA title at a independent show back
Our
then.
friends at the Alliance blog will go nuts if we, because I've done this just to troll sometimes old Jay
Right.
Cal over there, that Kurt Angle is a former NWA world champion. He's like, he's not a world champion.
Why do you like messing with old Jason California?
He's
What
a
do you
good
do
dude.
here?
Have you seen his
I don't know.
TikTok?
It's just
He's got
fun.
a very funny TikTok where he does like dad jokes.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
the dad jokes in like in front of the big machinery.
Yeah, like in front of a shoot job with the
We
suit.
love Jay Cal. Jay Cal and I drove from the Chase to Nashville together
Yeah, Jay Cal is
for the
fantastic.
TV tapings. Yeah. And
Jay Cal
and
is fantastic.
great story. He's still my friend even after we did that together. And we got lost in St. Louis for a minute and I couldn't figure out what was going on. We were following Google Maps, but for some reason it had gone to walking directions to Nashville. So we ended up in some kind of warehouse district where we were sure we were going to die. And somehow.
Oh, you went to East St. Louis. Yeah, that's a rough area, Daddy. Roll them up.
Yeah.
National Lampoon.
We got out of there alive and eventually made it to Nashville. So
Joe with the balloons again. Now, I will say that my kind of knowledge about that kind of NWA related trivia is very beneficial when it comes to the publication. You know, I certainly delve into a lot of that, and I'm optimistic that we're going to get some more. One of the things that we haven't had in the last couple of issues is interviews with our legends. I'm working to get some interviews with some legends. I'm looking forward to that. Ricky Morton introduced me at WrestleCon to Tommy Wildfire Rich, who obviously had been with us just a couple of years ago at the Chase, but I did not have any opportunity to have extended conversation with him. And bless Ricky's heart, Ricky was singing my praises to Tommy Rich, and Tommy Rich was very excited about the possibility of doing something with us. For the
Well, hell, boy, let's do it.
what are the chances? I've seen this in the chat too. What are the chances of us getting like a physical copy of that magazine at some point for folks to get signed? And
Yeah, me and Paul have talked about it before. Yeah,
we've talked about doing more than a singular physical copy of it. We've talked about the possibility of putting together, you know, deciding a
what
cutoff
if we
date
do a digest, Paul?
and putting like an
Oh,
anthology series where it's every issue that we printed together in one kind of a bound book, and that people would have maybe 6 copies, 6 issues in one book, and then they could get it signed by their favorite stars. It would be something that would be pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff that I not to toot my own horn and pat myself on the back like Barry Horowitz, but I do think that some of the design work in it is really nice. It would make it look like a bit of a coffee table book.
No, I think it would.
I agree. That's
Jake brought up a good point. Special Div in 76. Maybe we'll do it for 76, Paul.
I think that's the perfect time to do it. We've got
just do like an annual edition or something.
Approved.
In my mind, between now and 76, we'll have 2 more issues.
Who's the centerfold though? Is that going to be Joe or Kyle?
We'll have to figure that out. I mean, okay, Joe, you're. I
gotta be doing this.
I think we'll leave it to the fans to decide if there's a centerfold.
Tell us in the comments if we have this book. Let us know who you want as the centerfold.
I was looking at the comments, and
I think Patrick, May Valentine.
Barry Horowitz is probably not enough.
May Valentine. That's good.
But, like,
I mean, it has to be May Valentine. May Valentine's literally already a centerfold.
oh,
Yeah, that makes
Do it again.
sense.
We've already done it once.
I mean, we're not gonna do the centerfold that she's done necessarily, but
Let's do a
Well,
poll.
We'll do some photoshopping. It'll be Billy Corrigan, and his head will be on May Valentine's body with titles draped across her.
Wow.
Let's not do
Oh
that.
boy.
I don't know.
Collage it.
Photoshop.
I don't know if you've seen this thing, but there was a picture that was scrolling around that it was a Billy, and he had hair, like somebody had taken his beanie off or something and discovered this hair underneath.
Yeah, golden curls.
Golden locks.
Yes, and I can't remember who I thought it looked like. He looked like, when I first saw it, I was cracking up because I thought it was somebody else. I'm trying to remember who I thought it was.
There you go, jamming music man. CJ would be a good centerfold.
CJ would be a great centerfold. I'm sure that we have.
this guy. This photo that my mother sent me earlier.
Oh, Jesus.
Who told me that this was a good haircut? Who told me this?
How old were you there?
Amazing.
Probably 19.
Mark, I was going to say Natalia Markova would have a huge audience of fans who would
Just
want the
saying.
centerfold.
Want to sell magazines?
Jake's
Oh,
like,
this guy.
hey,
Well,
what
that's
about
why I
me?
said CJ.
Well, that and CJ. It can't just be Magic Jake.
Well, the great part about it, if it was Jake and CJ, I've got this in my head. Think about it this way. It's a centerfold.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, my God. Kyle, we believe you. We
Kyle
know
was
you.
hair. What?
Yeah. Back in the day, I used to be real
I
handsome.
had the
That's
vision,
why you're
y'all.
bald.
The
Is you pulled it all
centerfold.
back. Why are you doing that?
The
It was good for the
centerfold
photographer.
with CJ and Magic Jake, and on one page is her top half, the second page is her bottom half, and she's in a box, and Jake is cutting it in half.
I like it.
Down-
I like that a lot. It's
down
like a
the
perforated
crease.
page, and you can tear it yourself. Like
That's brilliant.
Wait,
That
man,
is interactive.
What
See
is
that?
Look
that?
at that.
Big
There's
of
mine.
deals.
See that
Big
hair?
Deals big. I must see this.
Billy
These
Brown,
are
there is if you go back, we're talking about the magazine. If you go back to
He's not able to do it.
the previous issue
Come on,
of
Gary.
the magazine, you will
Don't fail me,
find that there is a beautiful spread
He can't
about,
do it.
two pages,
It's on my
About-
Instagram.
2 pages about
Forget
the
it.
King Bees. It's
The
beautiful.
King Bees.
That it came out literally the day after they won the women's tag team titles.
Yeah, I don't think Ella was the legal person when she got pinned.
It kind of is a moot point. At this
Watch the tape and figure it out for yourselves, folks. On the-
That's like you've already defended the titles. You can't go back on that. Speaking
Yeah.
of titles and tag team
that is
titles,
not true. I'll tell you, there was a point in time in WWE when it was WWF, the Rockers defeated the Hart Foundation and defended the belts multiple times, and then WWE nullified the victory.
Yeah, because they couldn't use it on TV. The top
Yeah.
came off or something.
And you want to know the crazy part about that? I was at that event live and watched it all happen.
really fun fact.
Fort Wayne, Indiana. Yep. It was the one time in history, really, that modern history, at least, where they've actually acknowledged the title and then said, there was an issue, so we can't use it.
In the chat, Patrick Moore asked about if Team 3D were considered former NWA Tag Team Champions, and they are. They defeated LAX in an electrified steel cage match at Lockdown. The reign lasted for 1 month because then TNA dropped the NWA aspect.
Yeah, they had it just for a hot second.
Yep, they did. They are considered. They're the only team in history to win WWF, WCW, NWA.
Well, WCW was
So theoretically, the NWA yet again is responsible for somebody having a first reign because they became the first TNA World Tag Team Champions. Because of the TNA.
Your Uncle Homicide was a former NWA World Tag Team Champion.
Absolutely.
Can I flash homicide signs and stuff like that? And nothing happens on my screen.
Nothing happens on your screen. You got to smile more. That's the code. Is you have to smile and do it at the same time.
Fucking no.
How embarrassing.
How embarrassing. This guy can't even throw up gang signs right. You should be ashamed.
Jeffrey in the chat was there too in Fort Wayne.
Enough credit, Kyle. I've seen your feet. Your toes definitely look like they're throwing gang.
I was actually going to take
the Kyle. Don't do it. This isn't.
Should I take the stitches out while on the chat?
No, Kyle, you have to do trigger warnings before you show wounds like that.
Not only
Literally,
that,
you were sensitive content on my.
It's
Instagram.
a foot picture, so you got to make money off of it.
Should I charge people to watch me take stitches out of my foot? That's weird.
I honestly think
no,
but there's no fluids involved. There's no fluids. It's not infected.
2 months.
I hate this conversation.
Hey, Joe. I don't have a house anymore after the divorce.
For you.
Thank you.
It seems like you have a house.
What's on Power Money?
To pay
we're going to talk about NWA Power, and I also wanted to give a shout out to our territories. You got Harriman Heat coming up on April 26th. That's very, very soon. Joe Kazana Promotions, you want to be a part of that. There's a huge tag team tournament going on for those Southeastern Tag Team Championships. The Heat Seekers were stripped. We're going to find out who wins those.
Me and the Six are going to be there hanging out.
Look at that. First round of Country Joe.
I can look at it and tell you who's going to end up in the finals.
Speaking of territories, Joe, screwed up because we haven't announced
who's going to end up in the finals, Kyle.
He's not going to tell you.
Galli, because I'm not booked.
I believe it's going to be the Country Gentlemen and the Stew Crew.
I believe that. I could see it. I could see that happening.
No, Southern Six.
Southern Six. Also, that's going to be interesting.
I'm in the Southern Six and I'm not booked.
Joe, speaking of bookings, should we talk about the territory show that's happening? Even though it's not on sale or anything, just give somebody a little chance.
Let's go through the rest of the ones that have graphics.
For the fame.
Yeah, that's the new Exodus Pro show coming up on May 11th. Oh, and that's an old poster. I apologize. Enzo had to pull out of that one, I think, and so he is not going to be there. So
there's nothing worse than the focal point of your ad.
Won't keep it up any longer, Gary.
Yeah, anyway.
What did you miss? What is happening?
I don't know, Joe.
Woo! Good job, Gary.
There's a May 3rd show too, Gary. Is there not?
May
Chicago Fire.
Oh, Chicago Fire, yeah.
Which does sound like it's going to be on like NBC on Thursday nights.
It does.
Chicago Fire is May 3rd. I don't have the poster for some reason. That's my fault. I'm a terrible host.
On the website.
Yeah, it is on NWALiveEvents.com. You can get your tickets there. Also, don't forget, of course, the Crockett Cup coming up on May 18th.
One thing, when they look at that Chicago Fire ad, the one thing they're going to know is there is pro wrestling and pro wrestlers on the show and on the ad. We love it.
That is true.
So much pro wrestling and pro wrestling.
Inside jokes. Inside jokes.
It will be undeniable. And let's see if did I have any other live events? Well, I mean, we do have up in December Looks That Killed. That is coming up in December. You can get your tickets though now at NWALiveEvents.com.
We're also going to have a Sarasota, Florida coming up as well, and we're going to have a couple other.
What
things
a beautiful thing it is right now to be an NWA fan with some changes that are obviously happening with the company, where they can actually plan months in advance where they would like to spend some time with us. They can go to Dothan. In December, they can come to, Forney in May. They can join us in Knoxville in June. They can be with us in Philadelphia in August. And then, back to Dothan in December. Like I said, it's like, what a great time to be an NWA fan. You can put this on your calendar. We are hitting spots all over the United States, making our product accessible to people everywhere in the United States. It's pretty incredible.
On that note, and Paul, you're absolutely right. Gary, make me big real quick. Make me the big one.
Make him big. Nope, Gary, that was you big. There's Joe
Big. This Saturday, I will be at a show called RCW Mania. It's at the Good Good Shepherd Lutheran Church in San Antonio. I'll be having these 8x10s right here, and you can get them signed, and you can get them for free if you come to that event and show me on your phone that you have downloaded the CW app and that you follow the NWA across all social media. Not only that, on top of that, because San Antonio is just a quick drive to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, if you come to that show this Saturday at RCW Mania in San Antonio, and you show me that you have purchased a ticket to the Crockett Cup.
But wait, there's more.
I got a grab bag for you.
Jot it down. I don't even have that bag.
There's stuff in here.
I don't even have that bag.
So just show me you bought the ticket. Show me that you follow the NWA across social media. Show me that you've got the CW app on your phone. Free stuff. RCW Mania this Saturday. Good Shepherd Lutheran Church on the south side of San Antonio.
Which of the viewers said free corn dogs?
I'll give you a corn dog too. Sometimes they have those at the
Cosmic Joe Chronicles. Free corn dogs.
Cosmic Joe, you popped me with the free corn dogs.
I thought it was going to be like free Philly cheesesteaks or something to promote NWA 76. So,
can I tell you, I was just in Philadelphia for 5 days and did not get a single cheesesteak. I was so busy. The only thing I ate was the cheap Chinese buffet across the street from the venue we were at, and Wawa.
Wawa's delicious.
Yeah.
For people who don't know, it's like the equivalent of a QT.
Or Sheets. Or Sheets.
Yeah. QT's great. I love QT.
Yeah. I had a couple of QTs on the way down.
Jason keeps asking about Sarasota. Is there any word on that yet? Do we know anything?
Give me 1 second, and I have a list of all upcoming events up here on my screen that I can't share with you guys, but I can tell you tickets are not on sale yet. However, coming up, that should be October 26th.
Mark your calendar.
That's pretty incredible. I mean, look at it. We're making ourselves as available as we possibly can to fans nationwide, which for a company that doesn't do what it would be traditionally considered touring, meaning like multiple places in the course of a month, we are making sure that we are at least predominantly accessible to anybody who's west of the Mississippi in some fashion or form.
Yep. I love that. I love that we've got all this news ahead of time so you can find the National Wrestling Alliance somewhere near you, and it just keeps growing. And Scott B., you're right. Says, I don't know about new territories, but Corgan, a.k.a. the Boss Man, is supposed to be in an upcoming show. That's KFW. That is the promotion, I believe, run by the Page sisters.
That the local press is all over this. They're excited. They're excited for this. In Sevierville. Is that how you say it, Dealz?
Yeah.
And, you know, we've had a lot of people ask about territories and everything. And as the territories keep on growing and building and there become so many of them, like it would be amazing if maybe there was a platform for that to be seen. Like maybe if we had a show that made it to our CW stuff, like, I don't know, Return of the Territories or something like that. More news to come.
It'd be interesting to showcase some of the territories. I'd like that.
Yeah,
we do have a Power Tomorrow Dealz, and that's a great segue. Thank you very much. NWA Power every Tuesday on the CW.
Wait a minute. Taylor Rising and Tim Storm are taking on Blunt Force Trauma?
Yeah. That's what's happening. It's going to be huge.
New champs.
Taylor doesn't even need Tim. Which is this a spoiler? Because one of the matches on this show is definitely
Tim looking for a tag team partner.
It should be Taylor.
Spoiler. Spoiler.
It should be Taylor.
The Fixers versus Tim Storm and Blank. That guy. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's Taylor Rising and Tim Storm, so it'd be Storm Rising.
Boom!
Ooh,
or Rising Storm.
Rising Storm.
Well, the only thing is, I mean, is that going to be pulling double duty for Taylor because she also has a big match against Miss Star.
So. Okay, now I get it. That first graphic is a Mel G. Okay, yeah. You know, Miss Star. I don't know. I mean, we always hear Dealz talk about the injury reports and everything like that. Miss Star walking around the neck brace, so that might affect this match substantially.
Yeah, you don't want any weaknesses showing when you're up against Taylor Rising. She's on fire right now. So.
And neck braces. Look, neck injuries.
I'm going out on a limb and saying the blonde's going to win.
Oh, I don't know.
I see what you did there.
Oh, all right. And then, of course, a huge main event for that show when Blunt Force Trauma. We'll see what happens. The deal is Blunt Force Trauma, World Tag Team Champions. They've been having some issues with the Immortals. You saw that backstage brawl they got into. The Immortals want a shot at those World Tag Team titles as well. Aaron Stevens, I don't know who gives him this power, but he is demanding that if they are going to give
the genius.
Yeah, if he and Blunt Force Trauma are going to offer a world tag title shot to the Immortals are going to have to give up their United States tag team titles. I think Aaron's trying to call their bluff here that they're not going to do that, but we're going to find out. They're not going to do it until they see the matches happening, standing in the middle of the ring.
Match of the night. This is my vote for a match of the night. I don't care what else is happening here. This is going to be devastation. I'm telling you, new tag team champions. It's happening.
Otis and Greathouse. Cold feet and don't turn over the U.S. straps.
No. I'm telling you, they are doing it. They're ready. They're prepared. I could be wrong, but I got a vibe. New tag team champions. Tune in.
Aaron Stevens is pulling out all stops to try to get the Immortals not to get this match, and so far the Immortals have shown up for everything that Aaron has required. So we'll see.
2 people on the show who have assaulted me already.
Oh yeah,
I don't really like that.
Every time
you're very assaultable. You're like a nut.
You're
always assaulted.
There's only been 2 people.
Huh?
Okay.
It's Tim Storm and Croutons. They've both assaulted me. They're both thugs.
Gosh, I'm gonna send them both thanks.
That's mean.
Yeah, let's see here. The Immortals are for real. They beat the Jets, the old version, not the better version. That's from Joe
Promotions.
By the way, I love that description. Oh, it's because it's Joe Kazana. That's why. The old version, not the better version. And then I realized, hey, Kahlua, what can I do for you? What's going on?
When will we see Black G's back in the NWA? Stay tuned. I bet he shows up in the next few weeks here.
To go off of what Kyle was saying, the old version, not the better version. The old version includes the thoroughbred Anthony Andrews, who will be at RCW Mania this Saturday, where you could get a grab bag like this full of good stuff in San Antonio this Saturday. All you got to do is show me that you bought a ticket to the Crockett Cup and that you follow the NWA on social media. You'll get all the good stuff.
Anthony Andrews, is that? Yeah, that's your favorite. That's your favorite wrestler, isn't it, Kyle?
The show's almost over. Yeah, no, he's not. But he is Louis' favorite wrestler. But she's a dog. What is she now?
Fun facts: there is a photo, a fantastic mini feature about Anthony Andrews in the current issue of NWA Magazine online.
To do more of that, Gary?
NWA Official Magazine.
We left the people waiting. We have to go through it now, don't we?
What, the magazine?
Yeah.
We just went through the magazine. I'm happy to do it again. Don't get me wrong.
There's a photo pictorial of Anthony Andrews in there. There is a photo pictorial of Brian Idol.
Sorry, I was on. Well, there's NWA Chicago Fire. I was on NWALiveEvents.com, which Paul has perfectly curated to show you all of the upcoming live
events.
Look how
easy it is to read. It tells you what the name of the show is, the date of it, and where it is.
Yep. Look at that. That is amazing.
Gentlemen, I got to tag out. I believe Lua wants to go outside.
Bye,
I'm
Kyle.
sorry.
Walk away, Kyle. It's fine.
Y'all.
Say goodbye to the people.
Bye,
people.
Bye, people. Bye, Kyle.
Love you, girl. All right. Bye, guys.
Goodbye. All right. And so anyway, going back to the magazine, as you can see, past issues are available as well.
Wait,
but,
I was like, he's still here. I thought he left, and then I thought he was frozen for a second because he was just
really still.
He was like,
he's getting some moment of sound.
It's studio, and it says uploads in progress, and I don't know how that works. I'm not uploading
anything. Just walk away, Kyle. Just walk away so we can talk shit.
Oh,
Kyle.
That's why.
Off and walk away.
You know what? If anything weird happens in this room when I'm gone, let me know.
Walk away.
There's the Anthony Andrews page that Paul was discussing.
Headphones off. You can say anything you want about him now.
Yep.
Say it in the chat. He can't hear you.
Yeah. Oh, now the dog's playing on us. The dog's super cute.
All right, we got to get out of here. But I can't have a Monday night if I don't get my moment of Sal.
Oh boy.
Where's Lisa? Follow me?
Where's Lisa, Gary?
I don't even know.
Where's Lisa?
I don't know where. I don't know a Lisa. I can't even think of a Lisa I know right off the top of my head. So it's very weird. I never know what he's talking about, to be honest with you. I didn't think that Dealz could look more Rasta, but he's doing it.
Oh, he's managed.
He's pulling it off. Sal's teaming up with Gary. That's what's it. I'm joining the miserably faithful, guys.
That's it.
Here's the day I announced that.
Yeah.
But all right. Anyway, anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap this thing up? Chat, thank you. I don't think I said thank you to all of you guys. Scott and Axel,
I wish
Herman,
we'd spend more time
Jason,
getting all
Destiny.
the praise for the magazine from the fans. The fans were loving the magazine.
They were.
But unfortunately,
They were.
The people love the magazine. Yeah. Do you want me to show it one more time?
no,
Yeah.
it was just.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
come
said
on now.
yes.
We're starved for like some of us are starved for accolades around here.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. There it is. Download it now. All these wonderful pages.
You can absolutely download it for free. All the back issues you can download for free. It's quick and easy. Look at that. I mean, Joe Alonso just won the title, and boom, he's already a featured article. God, somebody's
look at
so
that.
wrong.
How's that happen?
Paul is on it.
It's like Magic Jake.
It's awesome too because Joe has unified the title, the uncrowned.
Oh my
and
God,
the crowned.
this is ridiculous. He's just the champ. There was nothing to unify. You're crazy.
So yeah, we got
I'm
some.
glad I'm
great
not coming to
stuff there.
Harmon Heat because I'd have heat with you.
Look, and the other thing that I'm going to say this too, you can not only download it for free, but you can just go to the website. If you don't want to download it, that's cool. Or if you're reading from your phone, it's all available to download or it's clickable. And one of the things that I hope people recognize as I'm working towards it on the site more and more every single week, I'm adding interlinked things. So if you're reading, for example, one of the articles from this magazine and you see something highlighted, you might be able to don't lick.
I'll lick it.
Don't lick. You might be able to click and it could take you directly to another issue of the magazine, to a related article that will give you the backstory. Mind blown. You can fall down a Wikipedia style rabbit hole of entirely NWA related content without ever leaving nationalwrestlingalliance.com.
Look at that. I love that. I love what the site is. You can spend all day on that website. There's so much going on there.
I
It's
do
exciting.
spend all day on the website, many days. And
Yeah.
you can even go to the roster. And as I'm updating roster pages, for example, if somebody's appearing in this issue of the magazine, I'll add that like featured article, or so you can go on. It'll see on there Taylor Rising's page. Oh, look, Taylor Rising was featured in this issue of the magazine. You can click on it, and it'll take you right to the article.
Now, can't we do that digest, Paul? It's going to look awesome.
It's going to look gorgeous.
So we'll probably. I probably only need about a month before the event.
Destiny says it's incredible. Thank you so much. I do appreciate everybody who enjoys the appearance of it. You know, I grew up reading, as we were talking about, I think, earlier today on a call with the rest of us, there was a point in time when I would go to the local convenience store or all of my favorite places. And there was
Revco.
You could go anywhere and there'd be like maybe eight wrestling magazines, different ones. And that was something that was so integral in my fandom. That's how I learned about all of the wrestlers who wrestled outside of the territories that I could see on my TV. And it's something that made my passion grow even deeper. So I really love the fact that we offer something like that does feel a bit like a throwback, but it's done in a way that's modern, where you can click it and you can download it. PWI, by the way, is still great. It's still great.
And it's still around. That's why I brought this up. In fact, top 10 managers in the year-end awards on this latest issue.
It's right there.
Here. Sinister Minister made the cut, and so did Pollo Del Mar. How about that?
Unbelievable.
You know those magazines at Revco. That was the first place I ever saw Austin Idol.
My very first match that I ever watched.
Jacked back then.
Yes, he was. The very first match I ever watched was actually Austin Idol.
Oh yeah,
Austin Idol and Jerry Lawler. Very first match I ever saw.
Awesome.
And I have to, acknowledge this. We were very poor, and I know, not Aaron. I guess
that's kind of weird.
I guess maybe they have a different idea of what a manager of champions is. But but speaking of which, if you pick up the current issue of Pro Wrestling Illustrated, there is one of our talent here in the NWA facing. It's the face-off of managers of champions. It's Pollo Del Mar in a face-off against Bill Alfonso. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, that's fun. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys should check out PWI and, of course, the NWA Official Wrestling
Absolutely
magazine.
correct.
And all you people talking about the territory stuff, stay tuned. I promise you.
More good
There's
stuff
gonna be a lot more. Yeah, more stuff about the territories coming up. Thank you, everybody who hangs around for this show. I know it goes off the rails a lot, and we love our community we've got here on the live stream. This has been a lot of fun. I don't know what Kyle didn't leave. He just left his chair.
He couldn't figure something out. Screw it.
He was unable to figure out how to just literally click on the thing and leave.
Leave studio. Click.
Oh, Joe Casana hates Austin Idol.
Yeah, he broke his nose.
It's not going to get any better in upcoming seasons of NWA Power. Those two just don't get along. What's up, Carson, in the chat?
Well,
thanks, everybody.
The reason they
Kevin,
don't get along is
Lily.
it's like two old men fighting over the last cup of Jello at the home.
And ABC Stardust. Hey, thanks
Papa
all
Joe.
you guys that show up every week and hang out here. We love you guys, for real. Thank you for being a part of this community and part of the NWA fam. Thank you to Paul Pratt for being here and talking about that magazine. Please go to the website and download that magazine and show the NWA office, these guys, that it's worth Paul's time, that you need that.
Equally important,
You need
click
that.
around. If you don't want to download it, click around on it first and then download it. We track the traffic to the website, so do us all a favor and go look at the website.
Throw the code up again, Gary.
All right. And yeah, absolutely. Don't forget, right now, Dealz is offering you 20% off up until April 22nd. That's spring deals. NationalWrestlingAlliance.com/shop. You saw all the cool stuff over there. And also great older stuff on there. All those retro bundles, I bet they're gone by now, I would imagine.
Oh, there might be a few laying around.
Yeah.
There are
there's
some
all kinds of
incredible
cool
deals on the website. I'll say that.
And you get free stuff from me.
Yeah, go see
Joe.
San Antonio.
Go see Joe this weekend. If you happen to be in Florida, I know that you can see NWA star Bulletproof Troop, who is in the national title tournament. Currently, he's going to be appearing over in Coastal Championship Wrestling, as is Pollo Del Mar. And I think a couple of other NWA stars are going to be over there as well. The Heavenly Butterflies have been appearing on some shows. They're going to be there.
What happened to Kyle? Rapture. It's the rap.
Yeah,
you missed
Yes.
it.
We are
Kyle
all
just-
deviants in the eyes
He
of the
actually spontaneously combusted.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the line from Repo Man says, it just happens. People
Southern
just
Six for the
explode.
cup. We will see. All right. Well, get ready for more. And NWA Power all new tomorrow. And we'll see you next week on Monday. Until then, thank you, everybody. And please enjoy your gravy cakes.